Today on Island Focus, you will enjoy meeting Matt Claybaugh, who is the president and CEO of the Marimed Foundation. Glad you could join us. Marimed, that name is so familiar. I think perhaps it's changed over the last 25 years, but perhaps you can share with us your history and your role there.
In 1984, the organization was founded to provide a volunteer medical mission down in the Marshall Islands. And a ship was built to carry volunteer nurses and doctors from Hawaii down to that region. As the mission changed into a more youth focus, the ship came home, and for the next close to 30 years, the focus was on challenged youth and youth in and out of incarceration or mental health, which was a part of our history until very recently. In the meantime, we were doing maritime training because our vessel is the only licensed sailing school vessel in the state. We do a number of charters with other schools and kids, and it's always been our change medium, our transformative experiences being on the ship. And so we began training future mariners on the vessel for jobs in the maritime trade along our waterfront.
It's quite an evolution. And I know from our previous conversation with you as a high school teacher, the educational component was always very critical.
Always the core, and experiential education in particular, giving people hands-on learning. So the ship and the ocean have always been the center of our educational approach. There's lots of technical stuff, and it's now, maritime training is seen as a STEM training.
Classes are actually on the ship.
Classes are held on the ship. So it's basically half classroom time and half ship time, small boats, small boat handling, small sailboats, big ship handling, and they complete the course with a 7-day inter-island voyage where they run the vessel throughout the islands.
Were you a water person growing up?
Always. I've been in the water my whole life. I like to say I've lived on one of these 3 bays my whole life, Kaneohe, Waimanalo, or Kailua. So, no, those are my classrooms and my training ground, but also a good place to run away and find yourself
right?
again. Right, exactly. And it's always been that. And voyaging offers that to lots of folks. And to be able to tie it into career development and finding new career pathways for these young people, it's really rewarding.
So maybe explain a little bit more about this new career path and what's entailed and how can someone apply even?
A good friend and one of our board members, Captain Kaipo Pomaikai, ran Waianae Maritime Academy for years with his wife, Donna. And we were on a voyage together with some other captains, Leighton Seu, port engineer for Matson, and some others. And the conversation was, we're losing all of our Hawaiians on the waterfront. These high-paying jobs on tugs and big ships and others are going to folks from out of state who can get the certifications easier and things like that. And so what we wanted to do is create a pathway where we can get through all the alphabet soup, all the acronyms, to help people get all these certifications so that they can retain these high-paying jobs.
So high-paying jobs on the waterfront means on boats?
On boats or onshore, freight forwarding. We work with the maintenance yards, and the program is very hands-on. So we visit all of these places. We do a tugboat ride. We visit big ships. We visit the cruise ship. We visit the maintenance yards and construction sites like Pearl Harbor Shipyard to give them an idea that there's all kinds of careers, and most of our waterfront careers pay well.
It sounds kind of exciting, you know, to be learning in a place that you really enjoy.
I've been scrutinized for having a career of all my hobbies. So, I mean, it's not a bad, if you love the ocean and you like being on the ocean, I mean, riding boats is a fun way to make a living. They pay well, and think of it, the way that we really like to think about it is part of our sustainability. 97% of everything we have in our state arrives by boat. Why not have our folks be the ones driving those boats and managing the cranes and moving the freight? So it's really about, you know, taking care of ourselves with our own folks.
Well, thank you very much for this short conversation. And if I had another career to do you take girls too?
Absolutely. Women, fastest rising population in the maritime industry.
Super. Thank you very much for your time.
All right, mahalo.
Thank you for joining me in conversing with Matt Claybaugh, who is the president and CEO of the Marimed Foundation. Aloha.